In a world where evil often wears a friendly face, none wore it better than Ted Bundy. Picture a quiet, ordinary town, Burlington, Vermont, in the year 1946. Here, a baby boy is born, christened Theodore Robert Bundy. But his beginnings were far from ordinary. His birth was shrouded in confusion, a cloud of uncertainty hanging over his parentage. This ambiguity, this enigma, would play a significant role in the molding of the man he would become. Young Ted grew up in an unconventional family setup where the lines between mother and sister blurred. He was led to believe that his mother was his sister, a lie that would gnaw at his psyche, shaping his twisted perspective of the world. Amidst the seemingly normal childhood games and school activities, something far more sinister was simmering. Behind the facade of a normal childhood, a monster was brewing. Beneath the charm and good looks, Ted Bundy harbored a dark secret. As a teenager, Bundy was characterized by his good grades and involvement in church activities. He was a Boy Scout, a high school athlete, and had a seemingly bright future ahead. However, these years were not all rosy. Bundy's first romantic relationship during high school ended in heartbreak when his girlfriend broke things off, leaving him devastated. This failed relationship had a profound effect on him, stirring within him the seeds of anger and resentment. Upon entering adulthood, Bundy continued to excel academically. He graduated from the University of Washington with a degree in psychology and even had a brief stint in law school. But behind the veneer of normalcy, something was changing. Bundy began to engage in petty thefts, stealing things he didn't need, just for the thrill of it. His criminal activities escalated into voyeurism, as he took pleasure in invading others' privacy. The charming and seemingly successful Bundy was slowly transforming into something sinister. His charisma masked his true nature, allowing him to blend into society unnoticed. But beneath the surface, a monster was brewing, fueled by a cocktail of rejection, anger, and an insatiable thirst for power. The cracks in his perfect facade were beginning to show. As the 1970s dawned, so did Bundy's reign of terror. The new decade brought with it a chilling change for the unsuspecting populace. It was in the early months of 1974 that Bundy claimed his first known victim. His method was as cunning as it was cruel. He would often feign injury, a broken arm or a limp, to appeal to the compassion of his unsuspecting victims. This ruse was not just a means to an end, but a part of his twisted game. He drew perverse satisfaction from the trust he manipulated, the innocence he exploited. His victims were mostly young, attractive women, a testament to his twisted fixation. As they fell into his snare, their sympathy turned into their doom. Bundy was not just a man anymore, he was a predator, a wolf in sheep's clothing. His charm was his camouflage, his intellect his weapon. Then in the fall of 1974, Bundy relocated to Utah for law school. A new location but the same horrifying pattern. The number of missing women in the area started to increase dramatically. Coincidence? Far from it. Bundy was leaving his bloody signature across the state, his reign of terror spreading like a shadow at sundown. Each victim was a testament to his gruesome appetite, each disappearance a chilling reminder of his presence. And yet he remained a phantom, a ghost lurking in the dark corners of society. His charisma and intelligence allowed him to blend in, to hide in plain sight. He was a chameleon of horror, changing his appearance and tactics as needed, always one step ahead of the law. But behind the facade, behind the charming smile and the articulate conversations, lurked a monster. A monster with an insatiable hunger for violence, for control, for life itself. Ted Bundy was not just a man anymore. He was a predator, a leviathan lurking in the deep, hunting his prey with calculated precision and chilling efficiency. Bundy was not just a man anymore, he was a predator, hunting his prey. Even the darkest night will end, and the sun will rise. As the sun rose on February 15, 1978, Ted Bundy's reign of terror was finally halted. Captured by a routine traffic stop, Bundy was initially arrested for driving a stolen vehicle. But it wouldn't be long before authorities connected the charming man in their custody to a series of horrifying crimes. Bundy's capture was only the beginning of a riveting saga. He made headlines with 2 daring prison escapes, each more audacious than the last. His freedom was fleeting, but his audacity shook the nation. But the final act of this grim tale was yet to unfold. Upon his recapture, Bundy was put on trial for his heinous crimes. The courtroom drama that ensued was a spectacle like no other, capturing the attention of millions. Bundy, ever the charmer, took on his own defense, turning the proceedings into a media circus. In a shocking turn of events, Bundy began to confess. He admitted to over 30 homicides, revealing chilling details that left even seasoned investigators reeling. The media frenzy surrounding these confessions was unprecedented, echoing the public's fascination and revulsion. In the end, justice was served. Bundy was sentenced to death and executed in January of 1989. But though the man was gone, his legacy of terror remained. But the scars Bundy left behind will never fade. His name would forever be etched in the annals of true crime, a chilling reminder of the evil that can lurk behind the most charming of facades. Ted Bundy, a name that would become synonymous with evil. This charming, seemingly normal man was in fact one of the most notorious serial killers of the 20th century. His life was marked by horrific acts of violence, leaving an indelible scar on his victims and their families. His reign of terror not only sent shockwaves through society, but also forever altered the landscape of law enforcement and forensic science. His case highlighted the chilling reality that killers could blend into society, prompting a seismic shift in criminal profiling. Bundy's trial was one of the first to heavily rely on forensic evidence, setting a precedent for future investigations. It underscored the importance of DNA analysis, dental impressions, and hair samples in convicting criminals. Ted Bundy may be gone, but his dark legacy continues to haunt us. Remember, not all monsters lurk in the shadows. Sometimes they walk among us, hidden behind a friendly smile.